Kindly come to page 58. This is the report which was conducted by the Department of Education upon the direction of a division order of the school. But this report surfaced to me when I moved a petition before this court, and this was pleased to give me liberty to challenge this report. Kindly come to page 57. Page 57. While the last hearing was conducted, the petitioner praised for challenging the report which has been handed over.
Page 57.
Yes. Petitioner praised for challenging the report which has been handed over to him today. The petitioner submits that he is not aware of that report. However, I am not entering in this issue. The matter is disposed of with granting liberty to the petitioner to challenge the report if he so desires. No step is necessary to be taken by the state against the officers as directed in my order dated 25/7/2023. And if there be any show cause notice against the officers, the officer did not file any reply. So what happened? I challenged the panel prepared by the Puromedipur District Primary School Council in respect of the recruitment process initiated in the year 2009. On the ground, several candidates who were empaneled, who did not have the requisite marks, the cut-off marks, as well as many candidates after obtaining 0 marks in the interview, they were recruited. And third round where many candidates were recruited with the identity, who has the identity of relationship with the members of the selection committee as well as the members of the BPSC Purva Medipur in 2012. Now, what has happened? This report has come to me. Kindly come to this report, page 58. And then I will compare this report with the division bench judgment of this honorable court, which is also annexed. Lordship, kindly come to page 58. By an order dated 18 March 2016, the Honorable High Court was pleased to direct the Principal Secretary Education Department will undertake an investigation into the panel prepared for the subject selection process to find out if any panelist is a relative of any member of the selection committee. We will also look into any relationship between a panelist and the selection committee member that may give rise to a justiciable apprehension to lack of fairness on the part of such selection committee member. You will find out whether such selection committee member was present at the time of meeting of the interview of such panelists. Lordship, I am stopping here, and Lordship, I am taking your Lordship to the decision of the Honorable High Court passed by the division bench, which starts from, Lordship, kindly come to page 51. This is the operative portion which I will be referring to. The entire panel was challenged before this Honorable High Court and Honorable Division Bench. In page 51, the paragraph 2 quotes that I quote, the petitioners have brought on record some instances where relatives of the members of the selection committee have allegedly been given appointments through the impugned selection process. In my view, the number of members in a selection committee with the quorum prescribed for a meeting of the selection committee is such that a member of the selection committee finding a relative being called for interview could easily recuse himself from such interview meeting without jeopardizing the selection process at all by his recusal. Given the fact the selection committee comprises of 11 members with a quorum of 7 being required, the presence of a committee member whose relative is scheduled to appear, the interview cannot be said to be indispensable for the doctrine of necessity to apply. However, the allegation of the relatives of the selection committee members receiving appointments through the impugned selection process requires further investigation. Such a state of affairs, if true, cannot be allowed to continue. It has been held. Then Lordship, kindly come to page 52, last paragraph. In present case, there may be instances where a relative of a member of the selection committee has been given appointment. Such cases are identifiable. Such individual cases should be dealt with accordingly. The selection process cannot be said to be vitiated solely on the ground that few persons who are the relatives of the members of the selection committee may have been given appointment. Individual instances can be looked at the appropriate measures taken in respect thereof. In such circumstances, the Principal Secretary Education Department will undertake an investigation into the panel prepared for the subject selection process to find out if any panelist is a relative of any member of the selection committee. He will also look into any relationship between the panelist and the selection committee member that may give rise to a justiciable apprehension of lack of fairness on the part of such selection committee member. You will find out whether such selection committee member was present at the time of the meeting of the interview of such panelists. If any such instances is discovered, the principal secretary shall take immediate steps to have the appointment, if any, cancelled. Now, Lordship, kindly come to the report and how this academically this report was prepared. Now, Lordship, I refer kindly come to page 58.
This is of the learned single has disposed of the writ petition.
Disposed of the writ petition, giving me liberty to challenge the report.
No, this writ petition.
This Lordship, the earlier that was the judgment of the division bench. This is the single. This was disposed of.
This was
by
disposed
the
of. Justice Boshak disposed of in this direction.
Now,
what was the occasion to trouble this issue again to the learned single judge?
Lordship, when I found that there were several other discrepancies in this panel, because I was not part of the division bench. I did not.
Where is the division bench?
There was no division bench. I did not. I was not part of the writ petition which was moved before Honorable Justice Boshak. I was not part of that. Now, what happened, Lordship? This order remained. I challenged the issues when several new informations came cropped up to me regarding that panel, because that panel, the list of the candidates were never seen the light of the day. The candidates who
what was your prayer in the earlier writ petition that just you showed the order?
Yes, earlier writ petition was Lordship to Lordship kindly.
No, the order, the disposal order.
Lordship, before that, Lordship, kindly I will take your Lordship to the report. Then I will produce the earlier.
No, let me understand one by one. Where is the order of the Justice Ganguly?
Justice Ganguly's order is in page 7. The order disposing the petition
is a separate writ petition.
This is a separate petition filed by. And when this was filed, I took it as a point that there was a single bench judgment of this Honorable High Court, wherein the Principal Secretary of the Department of Education was directed to conduct an investigation. And Lordship, whether that investigation, Justice Ganguly wanted to know whether that investigation was conducted. Thereafter, Lordship, they produced this report before this Honorable Court, and we were given the liberty to challenge this. Now, Lordship, kindly come.
Now, this challenge is now.
Now, this challenge is before this. Now, Lordship.
So, inquiry was conducted in terms of the order of Justice Boshak. And the second writ petition, what was your prayer?
In my second writ petition, Lordship, my prayer was by commanding this Principal Secretary, Education Department, direct to submit report. Dated this report. I wanted this
only to know the report.
Yes, and second, Lordship, to cancel, withdraw, raising the appointment letters if issued to the meantime in favor of the selected candidates on the basis of the recruitment dated 17/6/2012 for the post of primary teachers in the district of Purva Medha. Lordship, I challenge the panel again because, Lordship, there were several documents which were not challenged. Several issues were there.
But the only one issue that some persons of this selection committee are they have got their own relatives appeared in that.
That issue was dealt by Justice Boshak.
That was the scope of the earlier writ petitions. A bunch of writ petitions was that only, to that extent only.
Yes, my lord. That report is restricted to that.
No, this is a challenge to these several writ petition was restricted to that.
Panel and the Honorable Justice Boshak held.
No, the ground was challenged to the entire panel on the ground that the selection committee, the relatives of the selection committee had participated.
This and one of the issues.
One of these.
There are several other issues.
But Mr. Chatterjee, if the earlier writ petition, the grounds on which you are now challenging the entire panel, there are two aspects. That this report, because up to that report, it has come. Some of the names have come. You may challenge that report saying, no, the entire names have not been come.
Presently, I am restricting to that. Presently, I am pressing this to your lordship, and I am giving upon your lordship to deal with it. If your lordship finds out any other things, then your lordship may take a call to deal with those things.
Yes, then the question may arise that if the earlier two writ petitions, the similar issues were also there, yes, but there was no order on that issues, no finding on that issues. But if the first writ petition made an inquiry, submit a report, if somebody is found to be an appointment is found to be not legal or irregular, should not be appointment should be cancelled. Now the report was conducted, but you were not aware whether what is the report. Let's second report.
So I will tell you what has happened. When these entire things were coming up regarding the primary teachers recruitment things, but suddenly we found these are not part of this record. One of the member of the Legislative Assembly was a public press meet and stating that some of the leaders, political leaders, who had allegedly changed their political allegiance to another party in the district of Purva Midnapur, under their direction, that time this recruitment was done. Now, also many things came up in the course of the inquiry and in the course of the petition when we filed. That was one chapter. This writ petition filed by the instant writ petition, that this is Menal Kalki Maiti. This was the writ petition, Lordship. Kindly see, this was the writ petition from 2022 it is made. And in that writ petition, he wanted the copy of the report. This was the 20. Lordship, kindly come to page 58 once. And why I'm challenging this report and why I say that the two principles which were enunciated by the Honorable Justice Bosha has not been complied with by the Department of Education uh, in this report. Kindly come to paragraph 2 of page 58. In compliance with reports, ask for that what has happened, who are the relatives, identify, thereafter said, identify and find out whether these relatives were part of the selection process at the time of the interview. Also, kindly see, in compliance with the aforesaid orders of the Honorable High Court for conducting investigation, one petitioner named was requested to meet the Secretary School Education Department, Government of West Bengal. Now, inquiry reveals, paragraph 3, following three successful candidates are related to Muhammad Mahmood Hussain, and they are Sheikh Faraz Hussain, Sabana Khatun, and Humera Khatun. These three are son, daughter, and niece of one of the member of the selection committee. They admits that is Mahmood Hussain. Upon investigation, though no materials is shown, upon investigation it also reveals that although Mahmood Hussain was initially one of the selectors, but he submitted a declaration not to attend the selection process since his relatives were the candidates of the interview. We don't have any material to show that in that respect. So, Lordship, the principle of fairness has not been maintained. They only say that he has given it. When he has given
Who
it,
is appearing for this state?
I'm applying for the
What is
state.
your answer to it?
Well, I sought for instruction, but
This will not do. You are admitting Muhammad Mahmood Hussain was one of the member of the selection committee. Admission. This is an admitted position. His daughter, his son, and niece had participated in that selection process, and they were declared successful. Right? They are still working.
my lord,
And now you say that this Mahmood Hussain gave a declaration not to attend the selection process. It's evasive. Whether he at all declaration or he participated or not. He had participated in the selection process. His declaration will not do alone. Where is the declaration? Where is the declaration?
no declaration.
Who is giving you the instruction?
next instruction. Inquiry also reveals that following successful candidates, one successful candidate is related to Gopal Chandra Sahu, the then chairman of DPSC Purva. Now Kobita Das, daughter-in-law. Upon investigation, it also reveals that although Gopal Sahu was initially one of the selectors, but he submitted a declaration not to attend the interview since his relative was one of the candidates of the interview. In the case of Gopal Sahu, favoring relatives in interview is not made out as regards to Kobita Das, since Gopal Sahu exempted from interview board.
I am not expecting that you will come with the true picture. Where is the records of this interview process?
I'm praying for 1 week time.
1 week. I will not give you 1 day time even. Gopal Sahu still DPSC. Who is for DPSC? Purva Medinipur. I think list dekhi.
Mr. Somiron Giri is appearing. Usually appears.
He never appear. Yes, somebody send Mr. Chatterjee. Send somebody to ask Mr. Giri to come.
Mr.
Somiron Giri. Send someone immediately. Ask him to come. Then carry on.
Then upon investigation, paragraph 5, petitioner along with the chairman DPSC were called for investigation on 27 July 2017. The petitioner in his supplementary affidavit alleged against 11 candidates for having relationship with the selectors. But investigation reveals that out of the alleged 11 candidates, the following 9 candidates have been impaneled whose marks awarded in viva voce given. I do not find the meaning of this, Lordship.
Yes, it leads nowhere. The report leads us nowhere.
This is a report by the government, School Education Department.
It leads nowhere. Ask your secretary to appear. Explain the report.
Actually, my lord,
It's nowhere.
I am led by Mr. Joydeep Banerjee, my lord.
Where is he?
He's engaged in
If you want to avoid the appearance of secretary, then ask him to come immediately. Go. Call him. Mr. Bari, you know Mr. Joyjit Banerjee? Ask him to come. Otherwise, I will direct the secretary to come 10:30 tomorrow. What is this? What the what has been directed and what he is doing?
Then Lordship
It's a
kindly
clear case of safeguarding the interest of this person.
and that was also running in the mind of Justice Ganguly. That's why 2-3 days this report was followed. After that, this was come.
And there is no allegation.
Of their being related to on 27/7/2017. Oshim Giri did not provide any information that they have been related to selectors.
Who is this Oshim Giri?
Oshim Giri was the writ petitioner, number 1 in respect of the writ petition filed before the Honorable Single Bench. Lordship, I stand corrected. I said that I was not a petitioner there. I was one of the petitioners. As report was not given, that's why I filed my second writ petition. Paragraph 6, there is no allegation of such and such. The allegation, it seems, relates to interview marks, and there is an attempt to indicate that certain candidates who were relatives of the selectors were favored. It appears from the investigation that said Oshim Giri, having enrollment number such and such, has. Their Lordship kindly come to Deputy Director, Tapon Kumar Pandit, Assistant Director. It reveals that 4.5 out of 5 marks scored by the petitioner in interview was.
So what? So what? Petitioner scored well, does it mean that there was no illegality? Deputy Director such and such, Tapon Kumar Pandit, Assistant Director.
Equal or more than the candidates who are alleged to have been favored. Now, Lordship, I will show very dangerous thing. It is also seen if the petitioner had scored full marks, that is 5 in interview, instead of 4.5 marks, he would not be able to score the lowest cut of marks for appointment. He got 28.15 and lowest cut of marks was 35.
What does it mean?
Then Lordship
The
kindly come
petitioner
to
may not be successful. Petitioner may not be successful, but it does not mean the what has been directed by Justice Bosang that you inquired that has been complied with. What has been? It appears from the investigation that Oshim Giri having enrollment number such and such. That means one of the petitioners, right? Has then has
I do not find any meaning of this because as then it starts with
Sarkar.
Sarkar.
Where is your report?
My lord,
Where is your report of this secretary?
my lord, report is not yet with me, my lord.
Report means report, which is impugned report, is incomplete.
My lord.
Read out paragraph 6, last line of the page 2. Page 89.
Page 89.
60.
Read, it appears from. Have you got it?
My lord.
It appears from the investigation that Oshim Kumar Giri having enrollment number such and such has. Then the next word, Sarkar Deputy Director. What does it mean?
Paragraph 2. Second paragraph. My lord, kindly keep it, my lord. Day after tomorrow, I shall, my lord, explain the same.
Moreover, Chairman District Council concerned had already submitted that no relationship between the selector and the candidates were established. What kind of report this is? You are saying in paragraph number 3 that these persons are related with one of the selectors. They are the daughter, niece, son, and in the penultimate paragraph, this is said that no relationship with the selector has been established. Is it joke?
Contradictory statement, my lord. I admit.
Who is the secretary? Still there is a secretary?
It is undated report, man.
This has been supplied to you from in the court.
That is recorded in Justice Ganguly.
You get the report, original report.
My lord.
Where is DPSC? He's coming. Where I will be getting. This selection process was conducted by DPSC,
My lord.
Purva Mednipur.
My lord.
All records are in the DPSC, Purva Mednipur. You should not, neither no, the DPSC chairman should not touch
My lord.
the records of the selection test.
Another thing which kindly come to next page, This one 61.
Mr. Chair, page
61. I want to indicate two things.
61.
61 Lordship, kindly come to column number 70. Column number
17.
18.
18.
18, then Lordship, kindly go to the right hand side. From right hand side, third column, this is the marks for Vivavosi. This is an impanel candidate who got 0. In Vivavosi got impanel. Now, kindly refer this, compare it with their cutoff marks in the last page, page 60.
Mr. Chatterjee, you are firstly on the report,
Yes, ma'am.
which was conducted on the direction of Justice Bosak to
Yes.
find out whether any of the member of the selection committee whose relatives appeared in the selection process and they were selected.
Right.
They not recused. Rather, only a declaration has been referred to. Whether they were
Actually, from the report, Lordship, in that paragraph, that is in page 60, Lordship, kindly come. The petitioner had scored full marks 5 in interview instead of 4.5 marks. You would not be able to score the lowest cut of marks for appointment.
this is not justification. Possibly petitioner may not have a successful candidate, but it does not mean that you will provide somebody of your own from your own family
in his
in
place
the
or state.
selection.
Definitely, my lord. I appreciate your lordship's, my lord.
But what is this
Observation.
kind of report? Is a secretary
My
of
lord,
the
kindly
state
allow me 2
administration?
days, my lord. I shall call them up. My lord, I shall take the detailed report and what is there
I want
actually,
to
my lord.
see the original report.
My lord, I shall find it out, my lord.
The original report, that the only concern is, if not already something has been done with the original record, where the records are lying.
It must be with the DPSC program because this was conducted in terms of the unamended rules prior to 2012. So that must be, it was conducted by the DPSC. So it must be in line with them.
Where it is proven the
Original records may be good.
My lord, allow me 2 days, my lord. I shall call them up, my lord. I shall give the detailed report and or I shall place
but
before your lordship the
somebody
original
is
one.
to take charge of the all records, entire records of the selection process must be seized and must be taken care of by somebody who will take care of it.
My lord, my learned advocate on record is there, my lord. He'll take care of. Being the officer of the court, my lord, he will take the responsibility, my lord. It's a problem, my lord. Being an officer of the court, he should be candid enough and he should act fairly, my lord.
DPSC, therefore you could not find out, Mr. Giri.
Mr. Giri, I have already intimated Lordship. He is coming inside. He's all right.
Commissioner of School Education is a party here.
Perhaps not, my lord.
No.
No.
Education department is here. Lordship. Today,
School council is there, my lord. Primary school council.
education department is there. Principal secretary is there. If commission is
Whose infrastructure is there, who can take charge of? I want that it should be taken into the safe custody immediately. Otherwise, this declaration,
will change.
this
Is it
can be manipulated at any point of time.
Both advocate on record থাক না সব থেকে বেস্ট অসুবিধা কিসের অসুবিধা না না ওরা খালি দেখবে যে যাতে চেঞ্জটা না হয়
Mr. Giri, why you are always absent, Mr.
No,
Giri?
as yet, my lord, I have not briefed. I have not,
Briefed by whom?
by the DPSC. DPSC has not received the same.
Very well, you are the advocate on record for the DPSC. You appear directly, your names are over there. The practice here is that those who are appearing usually for this council, they should be served and you will appear. Here the DPSC Puro Medipur had conducted a selection process in 2009. Some of the members of the selection committee, they favored, the allegation is their kith and kin who participated in the selection process. Principally, when the kith and kin or the son or whatever, their relations are appearing in the selection process, they should recuse themselves. They should not participate in the selection process. Here, admittedly, this has been done. The chairman's person, the one Muhammad Mahmood Hossain, son, daughter, and what is the clarification that he has given a declaration not to attend that. Whether you actually attended that, the records of the selection process lying in your office, 2009 selection process, all records, you will not touch. The who will take it, serve him a copy. Who will take charge of that records?
কে বলছে who will take charge তুমি নেবে
I'll take instruction. Otherwise,
Already damage done.
yes,
Already
that is
damage
done
done.
long before, my lord. After a lapse of
No, I will not allow anybody to be in service.
no, one,
All should go.
yes, one.
As rightly observed by Justice
one-
Bosak, entire panel should not go for this doings of some of the candidates.
So one inquiry should be done by.
Inquiry already done. This is the report of the secretary.
Page 60. You take it.
What is this report? If this is complete report, no page is missing, then last line of paragraph 6 is not matching with the next paragraph.
Then my lord,
No, then.
one chance should be given, because I will take instruction whether
The school education
if that
department,
issue, they should be gone.
school education department, what is the structure in Purva Medinipur?
Medinipur structure টা কি আছে?
DPSC is function,
Functioning,
DPSC,
my lord. They are functioning, my lord.
commissioner of, district inspector of school, primary education can take charge of it.
So another department, my lord, I think.
No, he will take charge of the entire records of the selection process. That
The DPSC.
none of these DPSC will touch it. No, neither chairman nor any members of that.
The 2009.
DI primary school, respondent number 3 is there.
3, my lord.
Ask DI.
But
Primary-
PI is the ex officio secretary of the DPS.
It is expected is a government official, so it can be expected that he can take charge of the entire record. That neither of the other members of the DPSC council shouldn't be allowed to.
Somebody who is, and since the report is from the education department, it's subject to correction by law. Any government officials, any other responsible officials from the district secretariat may take the charge.
Who is can be.
Maybe the DM, maybe the other officials. Government officials, any other responsible officials from the district secretariat may take the charge.
Who is can be.
Maybe the DM, maybe the other officials.
The DM is not concerned, my lord, with the.
Any other
Maybe.
organized officer?
Maybe
My lord.
the concerned authorities are what doing, they are doing the mischief, then the somebody else should come, should take. The records are intact. I suppose 2009 records are still intact.
I think without taking any instruction, I cannot say.
Very well.
Because whether the
Thursday.
2009 records are lying in the DPSC Purva Medinipur or not, I can't say at present, because I will take instruction. Without, because the DPSC chairman has already been changed. Record should be there, I think.
He is alive.
That very person is alive.
That will
Either
suffice
chairman
our
is alive.
purpose. That will suffice our purpose. He has given job to the son, daughter, niece, and he is no more the chairman.
Out of record, I am submitting before your lordship, it is wrong. Wrong, but I cannot say without any instruction.
Exactly. Take your instruction. Take your instruction.
On the
but,
bar, I cannot say, my lord.
the DM will be in a position to take charge of. Where is your office?
Tomluk.
Tomluk.
Nimdauri.
Let district magistrate take charge of the entire records of the 2009 selection process. Kindly, where have you described the selection process so that it will be easy for the district magistrate to.
না, এটা report. না, না, আলার বলছেন কোথায় এটা explain করা আছে।
The panel was prepared from the. This is a selection process of 2009. It can be clear from.
Ashudha, every service file on behalf of the petitioner be kept in the record.
It's actually.
The district primary council Purva Medinipur in the year 2009 had conducted a selection process for recruitment of assistant teacher in primary schools of the district. Now, earlier round of litigation, all the writ petitions were filed by the candidates participated in that selection process, successful or unsuccessful. They were not unsuccessful. Some of the unsuccessful candidates had challenged the said selection process inter alia on the grounds that relatives of some of the members of the selection committee was favored in giving the appointment. Several writ petitions were filed on the said allegation for cancellation of the entire selection process. Stop. The coordinate bench of this court, several writ petitions বলেছি তো? এখানে দেখুন পেজ 31-এ এই নাম্বার গুলো খালি দিয়ে দেবেন ব্র্যাকেটে। আমাদের ঘরে কোনো অসুবিধা আছে? Ordinance bench of this court by judgment and order dated March 18, 2016
জুনিয়র গুলো জল নিয়ে যাচ্ছে।
had directed
কেমন আছে? রিপোর্ট itself self contradictory, তুমি এটাকে রিভার্ট করবে কি?
had passed the following direction বলে পেজ 52 তে আমার লাল মার্ক করা আছে এই অবধি।
আপনি তো দিয়েছেন
দিয়েছি দিয়েছি।
অভিষেক তুমি কেন যাবে?
Stop. The petitioner uh, thereafter filed
তাদের লোকের নাম দিয়েছি এটা তো
another writ petition alleging another writ petition bracketed on page 57 WPA 6532 of 2022 alleging that the inquiry as directed by the aforesaid judgment has not been conducted. However, in the said writ petition, when a copy of the report of the Secretary of the School Education Department was supplied to the petitioner, the said writ petition was disposed of by order dated August 11, 2023. Stop. The petitioner, by granting liberty to the petitioner to challenge the said report. The petitioner by the instant writ petition has challenged the said report inter alia on the ground that the inquiry was not conducted in terms of the direction of the learned single judge of this court. Stop. It appears from the report, admittedly, relatives of some of the member of the selection committee had participated in the selection process, but the report is completely hazy as to what are the steps as directed by the ordinary bench has been taken against them. Report also lacks clarity on different aspects. Stop. Learned advocate for the state plays accommodation to take appropriate instruction from the authority. So also Mr. Giri, learned advocate for the DPSC Purva Midnapur. Stop. Let the matter appear in the list day after tomorrow. Stop. In the meantime, the district magistrate Purva Midnapur shall take entire records of the selection process of 2009 in his safe custody and shall apprise this court regarding the said exercise on the next date of hearing. The department is directed to the petitioner and the department shall communicate this order to the district magistrate immediately. I'm uploading this order immediately.
Lordship, Mr. Giri should also tell them. No, Mr. Banerjee will have to.
Mr. Banerjee, you
Milord,
can,
I'll
Mr. Banerjee will communicate, I will communicate.
Banerjee, please communicate to district magistrate.
and Milord, petitioner should also communicate.
Yeah, the carriage of the proceedings is with him. I should. Entire record should be taken
Through
into
email,
custody and you please take care of the situation
My lord.
so that I should not be harsh to your officers.
My lord.
Lordship, may I be allowed to send it by mail? Email.
No, by hand. Go there and serve it by hand.
Otherwise, Lordship, this is very difficult.
What, Purva Midnapur?
হ্যাঁ,
Every day
কাকেই
you
তো,
are
গাড়ি নিয়ে চলে যাবে না তো?
I'll tell.
Go there, nice weather, get a good ride.
আমার কপি দিয়ে একটু মনে করতে
হ্যাঁ,
To be mentioned, Thursday to be mentioned.
হবে থাকবে
থার্সডে।
earlier matter 21 what I was coming from court number 26. Yeah, lordship,